The Financial Survival Network, helping you survive and thrive in the new economy. Go to KerryLutz.com and sign up for 30 free micro trainings on financial survival.
$14.90 WGCH. This is Kerry Lutz. You're listening to the Financial Survival Network. And every now and then we like to bring a listener onto the show to talk about what they're into, what they're investing in, and their view of the world. Right now I've got a gentleman from the other side of the pond in Europe, for those who don't know which pond I'm talking about. He goes by the name of the Silver Bullet, and he's here with us now. Hello, Mr. Bullet. How are you?
Okay. Thanks for having me, Karen.
Hey, it's great to have you on. And as the name implies, one would think that you have a certain fondness for silver. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, because I believe that silver is going to be a metal of the future, and the way it's looking now, it's a very underrated metal.
Mm-hmm. And when you say it's going to be the metal of the future, how does that affect you? I mean, what does that mean, the metal of the future?
Well, the metal of the future, what I mean with that is that if you start investing now, for let's say you're afraid of a coming collapse, then it would be a very good deal. And even if the collapse wouldn't come, then you're still going to make money on your investment, for the simple reason that silver got a pop. Why do I say this? Silver is, as most of your listeners will know, is an industrial metal, and it's a heavy manipulated market. So when the bullet goes pop, I expect that the bullet will go very far.
And when you say very far, do you really think there's going to be a worldwide global financial collapse, that they're not going to be able to come to some new monetary system to stave it off?
Well, I don't know about a new monetary system, but if the dollar's going to go, then it's going to take all the world currencies with them. Because the dollar is the reserve currency of the world, and what it means is that if you want to make big deals, let's say if you want to buy boatloads of copper, then you gotta pay it in dollars first before you can trade it in your own currency. And if you take a look at the past, then we see on the world stage is that Saddam Hussein was trying to sell his oil for euros, and America immediately invaded Iraq, and it was the same scenario with Gaddafi. Gaddafi tried to sell his oil for gold, and he went down also. And if you take a look at Afghanistan, then it was all because of a gas line through the Caspian Sea. So, yeah, that's my view on it.
Mm-hmm. So, it sounds like you're a little cynical. You believe that all of the geopolitical events, the major ones of recent, are just to basically preserve dollar hegemony. Is that right?
Well, I'm not being cynical. If you go deeper into the matter, then you will see that there's a big struggle ongoing right now. You got the U.S., you got China, and you got Europe, and they all fight for a piece of the pie. But because the U.S. got the most things to lose, you see that they're ready to bump off anyone on the world stage, even Europe. And Europe should be their ally. But if the dollar's going to go, then there's going to be a new currency to the world stage, and they simply won't let that happen. Everybody who wants to challenge the dollar is going to find himself in a lot of trouble. Mm-hmm. And of course, if you take a look at Iran, then Iran got his sovereign bank, and Iran doesn't want to obey the U.S. rules. So, yeah, that's going to be a problem. If you take a look at Iraq, they say, yeah, we're going there for weapons of mass destructions, and it's the same now with Iran. It's, yeah, they want to make nuclear weapons, and everybody knows that it's a load of crap.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So you think it's all just a pretext for keeping the dollar as number one, or as the reserve currency of the world, huh?
Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. That's the whole story behind the story that we're seeing on TV.
Mm-hmm. So how long do you think it is before something happens with Iran and they get taken out?
Well, that's very hard to say. At least it is for me. I got the same question in another interview that I recently had, and the reason why it's so hard to say is because with Gaddafi, he would found himself, you can say, isolated. But with Iran, it's a totally different story, because China and Russia already warned that if you're going to touch Iran, we will have to pull off the gloves. So it is very serious. I think it might take about a year. Mm-hmm. I think it's not going to be tomorrow.
Yeah. Nobody's in a rush for this confrontation, huh?
I certainly hope not, because it gives me the opportunity to buy silver. Because silver, well, it's not on a low price now, but it's still a very nice price to buy silver at the moment.
Yeah, it's very affordable.
At least that's my opinion.
Yeah,
it's very affordable. I calculate it most of the time in euros and in grams instead of us and dollar. But you will see, as soon as silver comes around €1 a gram, they're going to push it down.
Yeah.
So it will never be 30 cents a gram. But like now, it's 82 cents a gram. And, well, if you got the money, buy it.
Makes a lot of sense. And on that note, we've got to get going now, but we thank you for coming on the show, Mr. Silver Bullet. It's been a pleasure having you, and we'll talk to you again soon.